Hi, my name is Eric Anderson, and just for time and date purposes, timestamp and stuff like that, this camera doesn't work real great to keep track of it. Uh, the date is September 5th, and it's approximately 4:06 in the morning, a.m. I'm looking to start a new YouTube channel with a whole bunch of different ideas and stuff like that coming out, such as having videos about using Fresnel lenses and stuff like that, dehydrating food more efficiently than maybe people have thought about before. Uh, I like to give ideas and or just researching items that create power and using them in unison to possibly create a new form of transportation or something like that, something to help society. I like to not only does design different stuff myself, but I like to uh, show design flaws in previous items and stuff like that. Just to essentially just to make them better, not to throw anyone under the bus or anything like that. Just to make it better for you know uh, everyday usage and stuff like that. I like to do a lot of research and development type stuff. Uh, yeah, coming up with new ideas and how to think about things maybe differently, uh, and mainly like testing items, that either I've thought of or are actually existent anyways. But anyways, those are some of my videos that are going to come out here pretty quick. This one today, I'm not doing this to brag or anything like that. I'm just trying to show, what some stuff that I've done in the past. I started this when I was essentially a kid, and it took a really long time because I wanted to find the exact amount of airspace for this speaker box. Um, I totally designed this thing from the ground up with the design that I've personally never seen. I own a Toyota truck with an extended cab, and the point of this particular design was not only to match the power of the amplifier semi correctly, but also functionality of not only the people in the front, but also the passengers in the back being able to be at least semi comfortable. Um, right off the bat, you'll notice all these weird contours and stuff like that. And there's a purpose behind that because of I wanted to find the exact amount of space internal volume of a certain speaker that was in here before. Now this is the second version because unfortunately the box that I had designed before with the amount of power that I gave it and what the manufacturer recommended the internal volume of this box to be, the minimum internal volume. Also, another thing is it was originally was not supposed to have a port. It did not have a port because I was doing a sealed enclosure. The manufacturer of the subwoofer that I was originally running was JL Audio, and it was a 12W4 series. Really good speaker, and of course the amplifier that I was going to connect to it was a PPI PC2100, and it was a two-channel amplifier that essentially when you bridged it you could get essentially 400 watts to one speaker. So anyways, what ended up happening after I designed and built all this, got the exact internal volume, um, was they didn't tell you about this. Uh, when you make a sealed enclosure, I actually created too much pressure and ended up not blowing the speaker, but actually blowing off the baffle around the speaker. Unfortunately, the speaker that was in there before, the JL Audio, was it had a foam baffle, so they're pretty weak. And I probably turned that thing up to maybe, maybe a tenth of what it could handle, and it just blew that baffle right off that speaker. Now, mind you, I did not seize the speaker. I blew the baffle off. So there is a difference. It just created too much pressure. So essentially what I ended up having to do was cut out a port so it wouldn't create as much pressure, and ended up using a Alpine Type E series. Now this is a 12-inch speaker. And essentially it sounds really good, but the whole design of this thing, like I said, was to not only to have for the speaker to match the amplifier, but also having the smallest amount of space taken up in a vehicle. And I'll kind of give you a walk around this thing, how all these little contours and stuff are, and also the mounts. The idea behind this was to, when it's right side up, this actually hooks into where you take the seat belts off, and this sits essentially in between the back seats, and it actually can be used as an armrest. Same thing for up front. You'll notice it has this mount. It connects it directly to the chassis, the body of the vehicle, and it's pretty dang stable. But anyways, the design of this thing, especially if I turn it over, it's not only down firing, but it's the ergonomics of it is what I was essentially going for. If I can flip this thing over without, and it's really heavy because it's made of 3/4 inch Medite and oak. So anyways, this is what it looks like on top. And essentially what you're looking at is right here. This is the back part. This faces towards the front of the vehicle, and the passenger one passenger sits here, one sits here, and they can use this as an armrest. I know it looks kind of cruddy right now because it's been sitting upside down for so long. Actually years, and it was really glossy before. I had it sitting on a towel. But the reason being for this is not only so this hooks in between, you take out the seat belts, and you're using the existing bolt patterns of the seat belts to tie it in so it doesn't flop around, or if you get in an accident, front or back, whatever, it doesn't go flying into the passengers or whatever. But the design of this thing, as you can see, it's kind of looks like a jet pattern, It's got these weird angles and stuff. There's a reason for that. So you can actually, the front seats, you can actually push them all the way back and then lean them all the way back. So essentially you can lay in your front seat still without impeding, not only with your driving position or whatever, but it won't hit into the speaker box, stuff like that. But like I said, it's down firing because supposedly bass is non-directional. But also I did it that way to kind of keep people from being able to puncture holes in the speaker, and also so it doesn't have direct contact with the sun, essentially. But anyways, like I said, this is made of 3/4 inch medite on the inside, and then it's got like essentially an 1/8 inch veneer on it. And it sounds really, really good, and it works really good. I only put it in one time. I hooked the thing up to that amplifier that I was telling you about, and I ran it at a relatively low volume, and it built so much power that it just blew the baffle right off that speaker. And so unfortunately I just had to start over again. So oh, and another thing is, instead of using like varnish and stuff like that on a speaker box, I ended up using actually it's clear coat, and I did that for ultraviolet purposes, like so the sun wouldn't damage it and stuff like that. So hopefully so it wouldn't fade either that much. So I was kind of looking for like a basketball, like a parquet floor type look going on, and I actually achieved it pretty good. But it's a really nice box. These are just some of the ideas that I came up with, and I just wanted to share with people, and maybe give people another way of thinking about stuff. But this is essentially what my YouTube channel is going to be about. I like to design a lot of stuff, so, and this is actually kind of proof of that. So I appreciate your time, and hopefully your support. But like I said, I've got a bunch of videos coming out, and I think people will really like them. And I kind of like to do from one side of the spectrum to the other, like all kinds of different stuff. So, and I'm always trying to come up with more ideas. And so if you will, just leave a comment, ideas, whatever. And like I said, I'll have more videos coming out, so also leave a like, and then subscribe to my channel if you can, and I'll keep hopefully making these videos and see where it goes from there. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.